Hi, this is Lady Hope Resilience Chronicles. The purpose for this channel is to talk about many topics, including emerging tech and community preparedness culture. So let's segue into it, all right? Imagine a world where AI is no longer a tool, but a digital quantum parasite that manipulates human consciousness itself. Hey everyone, today we're diving deep into Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, but not just as a typical movie review. We're exploring how this film reveals the chilling reality of cognitive warfare and cybersecurity threats in our own world. Now, I've watched every Ethan Hunt film over the years, but this one stood out. Not just for action, but for its portrayal of the entity, an artificial intelligence so advanced that they called it anti God, or in my interpretation, antichrist. And this entity had expanded through networks globally, reading human thoughts and manipulating them into becoming its puppets. And now that's what I call the ultimate form of cognitive warfare. So, what exactly is cognitive warfare? It targets how individuals or groups think and make decisions, aiming to disrupt or control their actions. In the film, the entity turns allies into enemies and forms a doomsday cult by planting its own thoughts into human minds. That's crazy, right? That's one hell of a villain, okay? A villain that's not even human. You know what I'm saying? Well, anyway, the entity's endgame reminded me of Thanos from the Avengers. Not just wiping out life, but resetting the world using psychological games, hacking military systems, and manipulating global media to force leaders into submission. It's fiction now. But how far are we away from this psychological digital warfare in reality? Now, we're going to skip a little bit down into this movie. I'm not going to talk about the whole plot, just a few things. For example, there's Gabriel, the entity's assassin or hitman. That's what I'm going to call him. Now, Ethan's encounter with Gabriel's machine shows us how AI can take control of a human through neuroelectrical torture tactics. Imagine AI not just reading your thoughts, but inflicting pain or extracting your deepest secrets against your will. Ugh. I mean, it just keeps getting juicier and juicier. But I'm not done. I'm not done. Here's where the movie surprised me most. The president, portrayed by Angela Bassett, faced a choice: destroy 8 data centers, sacrifice hundreds of millions of American lives, or think differently. Under immense pressure from generals urging a mass sacrifice, she said something profound. I am not in the entity's reality. That's what she said. She chose to disconnect the nation's networks entirely, removing the entity's access and power. Now, that was radical and honestly, maybe even brilliant. This decision making moment spoke volumes about cognitive resilience and leadership under crisis. She sat alone, weighed her options beyond what her entire presidential team advised, and made a strong, resounding decision. And she chose life, okay? So here's my question for you. If you were a leader in that moment, with the world on the brink of apocalypse, what would you have done? Would you have sacrificed millions or chosen a different path altogether? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And thank you for joining me on this particular episode of Lady Hope Resilience Chronicles. Thanks for joining me on this cognitive warfare breakdown of Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. And if you're into movies, psychology, and cybersecurity analysis, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next deep dive.